Hi guys, this is your August reading for Life Path number 6 for 2019. And yes, I'm holding the Life Path numbers up. I had an accident where my computer actually broke down and I had to buy a new one. And what I've bought is a lot bigger and I can't actually point it down to where the cards are. So I'm going to have to do it this way. I'm also going to put that down. I've shuffled your deck and split the deck, and these cards on top are your cards for August. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically ad-lib them. What I've been doing is pulling the cards until we get to the end of the message that you need to hear for August. There's no set spread sort of type thing is what I'm saying. We then also have an extra message from a new deck that I've just got, this one, Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. And so far their messages have been pretty on point. I will read that one out of the book because as I find with general readings, it can be one or two lines out of whatever I read out of a book that people can match to their life path and what they're going through. We are all different. Even though we might all be a life path 6, these are general readings, and you can put the line out of that extra message there that best suits your situation. I've already done a video on the cosmic events, as it's called, about the astrology and numerology side of August, and it's well worth watching. There's a few things coming up. We are still in some planets retrograde. Quite a few planets are still retrograde. Some are just coming out of retrograde, and some are just going back into retrograde. So it's well worth a listen. And don't forget, we're still in eclipse season, which we are dealing with for at least till the end of the year. It takes about 6 months for eclipses to go through this cycle. So I'm not going to do any more astrology or anything like that. We're just going to go straight into pulling your cards and see what they have to say for August for life path number 6s. So your first card is the 5 of Raphael. This card here, without me even starting to read the bottom, is basically it's a little bit of a tale about finding the silver lining in life. It's, if you can have a look at the picture here, this girl here, or lady, she's opened up all these presents and they're not the silver lining that she was looking for. But if you have a look in the background on a pedestal, it is another present that she hasn't even noticed. That could be her silver lining that she's looking for in life, but she's so, what's the word I'm looking for? All these presents down here, it's like a little bit of the spoilt brat sort of syndrome. That's not what she wanted for her birthday sort of type thing. That's the way I read this card. I'm going to read what it says on the bottom though, and just to make sense of it. It says, everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness and search for that silver lining. So this is it. Everything does happen for a reason in life, especially when we've got planets, so many planets retrograde and things going on in the skies. We're all under the same influence. But definitely with this card, if she just looked for the silver lining over here, here's probably what she, the universe is given her sort of type thing, and she's not even interested in it. All these other things were not what she wanted, and she's just basically been a little bit ungrateful for what she does have in life. And it's kind of, I don't know any other way to explain this card, but it's like being very ungrateful for what you actually do have in life. It might not be all that you want in life, but like I always say, on a full moon, do a forgiveness and gratitude list. And more of the things that you actually want in life, like this over here, is what comes back to you. If you're not grateful for what you have in life, the less that you will get, and the more that you'll feel like this. It's not what you want in life, that's what you're going to get. Excuse me. Sorry, guys, I do have a bit of a chest cold at the moment. Your next card is the Eight of Gabriel. This card's come up a little bit too. So once you've found the silver lining in life, once you've started feeling a little bit more grateful, this card here, the Eight of Gabriel, says that you're going to have quite a bit to do. I'll read what it says at the bottom. It says a great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, important communication. So this card's telling me that, maybe you might listen to me and be a little bit more grateful for what you do have in life, because what you're doing is actually starting the cycle of something better coming into your life. This can be news and messages as well coming into your life. But you're going to have a great deal to do, sort of type thing. So I'm suggesting that, just look after yourself, sort of type thing. There is, on the 8th of the 8th, there is it's what they call the Lion's Gate, which is in effect for 3 weeks, I think it is, and that can make you actually very tired, and it's asking you to slow down a bit. But we'll see where next card's going to see what help we get. So we've got the Queen of Gabriel as your next card. This is quite a lovely card, actually. It says, passionate, charming, brilliant, and independent. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. So this is what I'm saying. You're going to have a little bit to do here, but you've got helpful people that are there to assist you in doing this activity, whatever it is. This can be loads to do at work. This can be loads to do at work and home. All of the above. But like it says at this card, a great deal of activity, but there are helpful people out there that can assist you. But, like I said, this person here is somebody that you probably already know. This can be an older person, can be an older, even a mother figure, sort of grandmother sort of figure. It could be, there's lots of things. This actually could be even you. When these cards turn up, as in kings, queens, knights, pages, they can actually represent the person or yourself. So like it says in this card, you can do anything right now. Go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. So, excuse me, guys. And this card has been coming up in just about every reading. This is the Two of Raphael. Now, this can be a love relationship, this can be a business partnership, but it's also a card of giving and receiving. Excuse me, guys. And I'm going to go back to this card here. Giving and receiving with a grateful heart. Giving and receiving is like the balance of the universe. The more you give, the more that you receive. So anyway, guys, I'm just going to have to pause the video for a moment. Sorry, guys, I do have a really bad cough at the moment, and the more I talk, the more I cough. Giving and receiving. This is what this card is all about. This card here is all about giving and receiving in relationships or partnerships. It reads at the bottom, two hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits, don't give up on those you love. It just sort of strikes me as, again, not being grateful for what you actually do have in life. This can be refusing the help that's needed to get all this activity done. August is all about, August is all about helping and receiving, sort of type thing. I'm just going to read a little piece out of the numerology side of it, or the astrology side of it, for August. And it says, be supportive, but also allow yourself to be supported. 2 energy can make us very keen to come to the rescue of others, but unwilling to accept the help, unwilling to accept any help ourselves. And this is what I mean. That's the August printout I did for the numerology and astrology side of it. So that's what August is all about. And I think that's why this card here is coming up quite a bit. And if you notice, it's a 2, and it's a 2 universal month, August. So don't get into the situation where it can go either way, this card. All you're expecting is receiving, and giving nothing back. Or it can go the other way, where you're the one giving, and never receiving anything back. You have to let other people help you, which is, the give and take in all partnerships. Whether it's a marriage or a business partnership or a love relationship. 2 of Raphael in the normal deck is the 2 of Cups, and it's all about give and take, which is really, if you think about it, the silver lining in life. It's great when you can give to your partner or whatever else, you can do everything for them, but you must also allow them to do things for you, because it's reciprocated, okay, if that makes any sense. Pulling another card, see where we're going. And now we get the 9 of Gabriel here. You can see that one? It says, stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibility. So, like I said with the 2 of Raphael here, be prepared for any possibility. And this could mean that you're not giving enough. This could mean that you're not being open to receiving enough either. It's a give and take sort of scenario. But stay determined, because you might be on the right path, sort of type thing. This might be just your wake-up call, just to say, well, hey, all things do happen for a reason, as it says on this card, and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Well, that card goes very nicely with the 2 of Raphael here. Embrace the opportunities for happiness. If you're giving and never receiving, maybe this is not, the best scenario. Try receiving, try letting other people help you, like in the Queen of Gabriel here, because by the looks of it, you do have a lot to do. Look at all those birds flying around in that card there. And this one here comes along and says, no, stay determined. And it's a 9, it's nearly the end of this cycle. Stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibility. So any possibility could be finding that silver lining in life. One more card, guys. See what we'll be heading for. We have the 4 of Ariel, which is that card there. And it says, when you give, you can't make this stuff up. When you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change, extremes in how you spend or save money. Like I said, you can't make this stuff up, guys. These cards never lie. And it's that first line that is the big one on this. It says, when you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change. A lot of change in the air at the moment, and if we don't change with it, we get left behind. This is being resistant to change. When you give, you also receive. And what have I just been bleating on about? Giving and receiving. The whole, this whole spread sort of type thing. I'm probably going to leave these cards there because I think the main message here is giving and receiving with the 2 of Raphael here. you know, give as much as you receive, or give more, because the more that you give, the more that you receive. You know, it's as simple as that, guys. It doesn't have to be any harder than that. Don't feel put out that you're doing a bit more work at a certain period of time than the other person or the other partner or the other business, partnership that you've got. Sometimes that's how it works. But next time, they'll have to do more work when you are unable to. You see what I mean? It kind of works in that sort of way. So I'm going to leave those cards there because I think that has explained it all very well. And we're going to go and see what your oracle card is. And it's time for a nap. How about that? Like I said, there's the Lion's Gate on the 8th of the 8th. And it did mention, I'm going to actually read it because I think this is what this card is all about. So on the 8th of the 8th, Lion's Gate Portal, 8-8 Numerology Power Day. The 8th of the 8th Numerology Power Day hits on August the 8th, also known as Lion's Gate Portal. This is no ordinary day as well as carrying the resonance of the angel number 88 and the powerful messages of reassurance, strength and trust. The Lion's Gate Portal marks the peak of the high frequency energy surge that streams onto Earth from the star Sirius for around 3 weeks. This energy is powerful, heart-opening and healing, and many find it an exhausting period of time. So I'm going to read this out of the book and see what it says actually about it. That card again is time for a nap. So I think that's what it has to do with this Lion's Gate Portal that is on the 8th of the 8th, where most people can feel rather quite tired and quite drained. So I'm just going to pop this card down. I'm just going to read it out of the book. It says, time for a nap. The essential meaning: rest, rejuvenation, and renewal. Temporary non-action, allowing dreams to arise. The oracle message says, this is a time to step away and rest. Let the cares of your world go. Go into a state of non-action and allow yourself to be free of the shackles of your goals, your lists, your desires. Nothing is as important as rest, detachment and neutrality. The overall busy mind can block you from inner wisdom if you don't step back, take a seat and rest. Be willing to let dreams surface and ideas flow through you. Absent any force or conscious direction as you observe without engagement now. So I'm kind of thinking that's to do with this, like I said, the Lion's Gate here. If you can see that card up close, they're quite lovely cards actually, these ones. I think that's to do with that Lion's Gate. And like I said, this energy is powerfully heart-opening and healing, and many find it an exhausting period of time. So use our card back here. You're going to be pulled in kind of, a few different directions here, I think, for August. Use our other card here. But there are people that you can call on for help. You've got 2 cards here involving other people. Other people, are only too willing to help you with this scenario, especially if you're going to be feeling quite tired, is what I take it from that card. You have a lot to do, but there are people in your life that you can actually call on, with the 2 of Raphael and the Queen of Gabriel here. As it says in this card, go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. So, there's a few people in your reading that you can call on for assistance. But again, like I said with these cards here, it's a give and take. This time you're in receivership of the giving, the taking. I feel this month, like it said in this card, when you give, you also receive. So you've been obviously giving quite a bit. It's your time now to receive. Okay, so be open to receiving the help that you need to get through this August period, because I think you're going to be a little bit tired. So I'm going to leave your reading there, guys. I hope this has helped. But just remember, this one you might actually have to go back and take the video back, basically, to when I was reading this out of the book. Because I think, there is a message in there for everyone. Especially, just gut instinct. That's why I like to know the numerology and the astrology before I go into doing the life path number readings for the month, because that Lionsgate one there, it's all about this one. Time for a nap. So if you feel tired, go and have a sleep. Don't burn the candle at both ends. Go to bed early at night if you can. There's many ways you can get around this feeling tired. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. I wish you all the best for August. Like I say, if you need a personal reading for any reason, I'm only too happy to help, and you can contact me at my Facebook page or my website, which is sunmoontarot.co.nz. We can do Facebook Messenger video calls, or we can use Skype. There's many ways that we can communicate one-on-one. So give it a go if you need any further assistance. Take care all, and we'll talk again soon.